Welcome to Algebra Basics. Today, we are diving into compound inequalities, specifically focusing on the or statements. These can look intimidating at first, but once you understand the logic, they are quite straightforward. So, what exactly is a compound inequality? It is simply two separate inequalities joined by a word. In this lesson, that word is or. This means we are looking for values that satisfy at least one of the conditions given. Think of the word or as a union. It is like a party where you can get in if you have a ticket or if you are on the guest list. You do not need both. If you satisfy just one condition, you are part of the solution set. When we graph these on a number line, they typically look like this. We often call them diverging arrows because they point in opposite directions. One part goes to the left and the other part goes to the right. Here is our game plan for solving these. First, we separate them and solve each inequality individually. Second, we graph both solutions on the same number line. Finally, we combine them to represent our final answer. Let us look at a real example. We have x minus 4 is less than negative 2, or x plus 3 is greater than 8. Don't let the size of the problem scare you. Remember, we tackle these one at a time. On the left side, we add 4 to both sides, which gives us x is less than 2. On the right side, we subtract 3 from both sides, giving us x is greater than 5. So our solution is x is less than 2, or x is greater than 5. Now, let us graph it. We place an open circle at 2 and shade to the left for values less than 2. Then, we place an open circle at 5 and shade to the right for values greater than 5. This visual represents our union. Here is a slightly trickier one. Negative 2x is less than or equal to negative 6, or 3x is greater than or equal to 12. Notice the negative sign attached to the x on the left side. When we divide the left side by negative 2, remember the golden rule. We must flip the inequality symbol. So less than or equal to becomes greater than or equal to 3. On the right, dividing by 3 gives us x is greater than or equal to 4. This gives us an interesting result. If x must be greater than or equal to 3 or greater than or equal to 4, think about it. Any number greater than 4 is automatically greater than 3. So, the condition greater than 3 actually covers everything. Our final simplified answer is just x is greater than or equal to 3. To wrap up, remember that or means union. You only need one part to be true. Always solve separately, and be careful when graphing, as you might find overlaps that simplify your final answer. Thanks for watching.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.